Hello, Emilia.
Hey there, come on in.
How are you?
Good and you?
What's the first thing you did this morning?
Actually, I woke up my kids.
Oh, really? By the way, what would you say is the USP of this office?
The USP of this office, I may say, first the location, because we are in the very center of Paris with very nice restaurants around. And second, I may say the terrace, but I assume we would visit the terrace later.
And what's your favorite floor on the spot?
The favorite floor...
The favorite spot on the floor.
My favorite spot on this floor, I think it's the kitchen. It's the best way to socialize with people.
Oh, is that the kitchen?
Yeah, this is the kitchen.
Why is it so blingy?
Come on.
Let's follow.
This is the Adikteev wall with the retention club, the Adikteev logo, our tagline.
Are you in gaming at all?
We're working with apps and all type of apps, but 80% of our clients are actually gaming companies. So I assume we can say that Adikteev is definitely in gaming. Yeah.
What's the most overused app on your phone?
Asana should be the
Oh,
the
really?
one that
You
I
have
use the
Asana
most.
on
Yeah,
your phone.
yeah.
Crazy, crazy.
Task management one.
Oh my goodness. Well, can you define what Adikteev does in one line?
Adikteev is re-engaging app users to make them come back in their favorite apps. So most likely, as we work for gaming, we try to re-engage the audience of games to make them play more and multiply the touch point with their favorite games.
Interesting. Knowing what Adikteev does today, what would you say? What is harder to manage, people or campaigns?
Come on, everybody will tell you the same. Campaigns, it's easy, it's transparent. People, it's way more complex. So,
I see some Legos and chessboards there.
yeah, we have a lot of games and also, we're proud that we won a few awards, like especially those ones, the Happy Index at Work and the Choose My Company one. It's always
Lovely.
good because it shows how people feel about the company, and I'm very proud about the fact that people feel good working at Adikteev.
What's the best thing about adtech?
The best thing about adtech is the ever-changing. This is an ever-changing industry, so this is great because you always have new stuff to tackle. You always have new challenges, so that's really an amazing industry.
And what would you say is the worst thing about adtech?
Ever-changing industry, so you have to adapt all the time, and this could be a bit stressful. But I really love that.
I think two sides of the same coin.
Do you want to go upstairs?
Oh, but wait a minute. You said something about the kitchen. Can we have a look?
Come on.
How do you take your coffee, by the way?
My coffee, I take it raw or with almond milk. I really love almond milk.
Do you have almond milk in your cup right now?
Yes, for sure. But I don't take my coffee in the office. I grab it from a nice place around. As I said, we're in Paris.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. What's your go-to breakfast?
Actually, it's more a tea and a few bread and butter.
What's something I need to know about this kitchen?
The coolest thing is here you can get your own sparkling water filtered.
No
This is
way.
a good thing, and this is actually a French brand, so I love this.
Well, this office is in Saint-Georges, so which is your favorite restaurant? Any recommendations?
Yeah, you can go to Soma, which is in the Milton Street, so Rue Milton. This is a Japanese restaurant, and I really love the food there. They are really welcoming people, warm people, and the food is amazing, and the price is really good.
Reasonable.
So yeah, very reasonable.
How would you describe your leadership style?
I'm more a sparring partner for people I'm managing. I try to make them do things versus doing it for them. I try to empower people as much as I can. That's my leadership style.
That's one thing that is a little bit strange about you.
Yeah, strange. If you ask my wife, the strangest thing is my shoes collection. I have like 50 pairs of shoes.
Which one are these?
Come on. Those one are some Celine shoes that I
love
really
it.
love. Actually, this is a gift from the company CRO for my 40th birthday. So this is pretty
Interesting.
nice.
I love this board, by the way. It just got my attention.
This is the company COO, and those are all the animals of the company. So this is really funny.
Any favorites that you have over here?
On the wall, actually mine is not here, but I would say mine is my favorite. But they're also nice.
What's the most French thing about you?
I assume this is my English accent, right? So, you can hear that. Like everyone is telling me that I sound like a French person.
The French accent.
Yeah, the French accent.
And what's your favorite place in this world?
My favorite place in this world, this is the city of Roma. This is where I proposed my wife, and I went there like 10 times. And all the time I'm there, I really feel home. Everything is amazing. The food is amazing. The coffee is great. And every single street, you have something to visit or to discover. So I love the mood and the history around it.
I love it. I love Rome. Where is Adikteev heading next?
So the next place we're gonna head in is Morocco. We are organizing for the first time ever what we call the Retention Summit, which is our very own event. And we are hosting the 15 major clients of Adikteev for 2.5 days with a full set of learnings, but also a full DJ set. That would be crazy. It will be a mix of parties and learnings and networking. So I hope they're gonna love it.
What's the last initiative you started at Adikteev?
It's the Friday afternoon off.
Oh.
Yeah, we put it in place. That was really crazy.
Why did you start the Friday afternoon initiative?
We were thinking that no one was really working really hard on Friday afternoon first, and then we were also trying to find a way to retain people and think about how they could rebalance their work-life quality.
Where is Adikteev's next retreat going to be?
Abby, I can't share it. What I can tell though is that we have a beautiful country here, France. Mm-hmm. So it may be in France.
Okay, France is great.
Yeah, this is a cool one. I really love the terrace.
What are the 3 best words you would use to describe this terrace?
Barbecue, drinks, and sun.
Lovely.
When we are lucky enough.
Oh, wow.
Come on. We have an outdoor kitchen here.
Oh.
And we have a barn.
Can I have a margarita, please?
Okay, let's go for it.
What's the best thing about living in Paris?
I think it's food for me. The diversity of food, all the restaurants you have around, that's really crazy.
What's the worst thing about living in Paris?
The weather, maybe.
Yeah, I would say that.
Last year, it was really rainy and gray. So yeah, I hope it's gonna get better.
Thank God it's not raining at the moment.
No. Fingers crossed. It's gonna last.
Well, how many people work at Adikteev?
Right now we have 110 people.
And how many countries your team members come from?
23. I think this is the last figure I get. And I may say I'm quite proud of it because it's also a symbol of inclusivity and for a French company, it's very rare to have so many different nationalities in the team.
Absolutely, 23 is a crazy number.
Yeah.
What's more important for you at Adikteev, skill or attitude?
To me, it's really both because if you have skills and not the attitude or vice versa, you won't stay in the team.
Well, what has been the longest time someone has stayed at Adikteev?
It's 11 years and it's Taufik, our CRO. But the funniest story I have is that our very first intern, very first, like he was here day one when we started the company in 2012. And then he left. He had a few experiences abroad. And he joined us back a few years ago, and now he's still with us, and he's leading the operations at Adikteev for retargeting. And this is quite a funny story because it's really funny to have your very first intern and see how he could grow within the company.
What was your first job, Emilia? I'm so curious.
My first job, actually, I was in entrepreneurship since day one.
No way.
When I graduated, then I started. I handed over a company. I took the lead of it, and I tried to make it work. Sadly, after 5 years, I didn't make it. And a few years later, finally, we launched Adikteev with Xavier.
What's the best thing about being a founder?
I think it's the freedom to choose who you want to work with. That's really the best thing.
Yeah, and the ones that you want to work with should have skill and attitude.
Yeah, for sure.
What's the worst thing about being a founder?
I think it's the pressure. Pressure could be quite intense sometimes. So I think this is the worst thing.
So how many rounds has Adikteev gone through?
So we went through 3 different rounds of fundings. Yeah.
3, wow. And how would you say you managed to score all 3?
So actually, I think I have an amazing co-founder that is very experienced into everything related to finance and fundraising. So I had the chance to meet him. So he did a lot to manage those 3 rounds. But for the ones I was involved in, which means the 2 first ones, it was really hard work, explanation, vision, and for the very first one, let's say a lot of humor, because at the very beginning we had nothing but the PowerPoints. So it was hard to convince, and I think all the time we convinced them on our capability to execute a plan, and maybe not on the idea per se.
I see. That's an interesting point. Would you say is going the VC route always a good idea?
If you can avoid it, avoid it. And I don't say that for VC particularly. I say it for everything. Like when you raise money, people are expecting a return, and it's making you under pressure. Sometimes you have no choice than going for VC money. If you go for VC money, don't expect more than money. That's what I would say to founders who want to raise money.
How many brands got acquired by Adikteev?
Actually, we acquired 3 and invested in 2.
Would you say you faced any common challenge when you acquired them?
No common challenges. The thing that you have to check is the capability of the founders you are acquiring, if they are in the picture to actually execute the plan well. And then you have different challenges depending on the size of the company, depending on the business model of the company. So yeah, a lot of challenges, but all different.
What would you say to any business looking to acquire another brand?
If you do that, make sure it would actually make a difference. And when I say a difference, it's a difference on your tech, on your business model, or on your revenue line. It needs to have an impact because the effort you're going to deploy will be really, really huge.
Absolutely. Are you an investor too?
Yeah, I invested in a few companies already. Yeah.
And what kind of companies do you invest in?
Oh, it evolved across the time and the mistakes. Right now, I'm focusing. I invest in 2 types of companies. Either the one I used to work with, like the founders I used to work with, or I know really well. And the second type is an adtech company. I know I can bring something to them.
Absolutely, makes a ton of sense. Can you name one company that you invested in?
Okay, I would name 2, if it's okay for you. So the 2 are Actionable and Horizon. 2 really good companies with great people, people that are really very knowledgeable about their industry. I was like 100% sure they could execute the plan well, and they have the ability to pivot if needed, which is really important for me.
Absolutely. Interesting. I love the terrace. I wish I can spend all my time
Yeah,
here.
but it's cold now. Come on in.
Okay, let's go. Well, Emilia, what's your favorite door around here?
Yeah, you've seen all the doors. Yeah, my favorite one is, I may say, Grand Palais.
Grand
because
Palais?
It's actually the office I'm sharing with Xavier, my co-founder.
Well, that's quite smart of you to name it Grand Palais.
Grand Palais, yeah. It was for fun, okay? Come on in.
Oh,
Welcome.
look at it. Which of these two tables belong to you?
Don't guess. This one is mine. Like, I'm a huge fan of Star Wars, so I've got all my Star Wars heads. And my R2D2.
Oh my god, I need to zoom in. Oh, this is sweet. Which of these Star Wars collection is your favorite?
The Mandalorian is a great one because Grogu, let's say, is very cute. But I'm a huge fan of R2D2 because it's here since the beginning. So.
On this note, if you had a superpower, what would that be?
My superpower won't be a classical one. I wish I could heal people from one touch. That could be my superpower.
In 3 words, how would you describe your co-founder? I see the table, but I don't see him.
Very smart, amazingly sharp, and very handsome. And for the last one, he paid me to say that, so I had to.
Oh my god, he shouldn't be listening to this. Well, this one he should be. What are the green flags one should look for when seeking a co-founder?
Oh my gosh, I can't answer this one because I only had like green lights with my co-founder. We are friends since so long, and so it's very difficult because everyone predicted that we will go into fights and stuff, and let's be honest, after 12 years we had a few fights, but yeah, I really appreciate the fact that we are really close friends, like family, because you can get through the fights, you survive the fights, which is very important to me. So maybe someone you think you can survive the fights with.
Well, Zav, if you're listening to it, oh my god, he'll be teary-eyed.
Not the type.
Oh, I see a TV here. Why do you have so many screens?
Yeah, but
oh my God.
like this one is really great. This is the big one, but we're heading into CTV now, so we assume it was good to have a big screen so that we can also display the CTV ads that we have. And check everything so that the creative team, they could have access to all the details.
Creative team, have a look. What made Adikteev step into the CTV game?
Business opportunities. We were thinking since a long time that we were doing great in retargeting and we needed to go outside of our comfort zone. Investing in CTV was a great move, something that we decided with the COMEX, and the results are amazing so far, so we're very happy we did this.
Absolutely. And what would you say is the biggest benefit of running CTV ads for app marketers?
Big screen. I mean, it's still very difficult to properly measure performances because you don't have the click as on your mobile phone. But you access big screens, and big screens make big impact. So I think it's really the main benefit right now. And I think if you think about your acquisition strategy, you need to refine it multi-channels, and make sure you have as many touch points as possible with your users. And I think this one is a great touch point.
What would you say is the deal breaker or maker for Adikteev's clients?
ROAS is always, if ROAS is good, then clients will put more budget. If ROAS is bad, then they will pause the campaign. So ROAS is the return on ad spend.
Thanks.
Yeah, sorry. When you put $1, how many dollars do you want to get out of that $1 you invested? That's the main metric our clients are using to measure our performance.
What kind of players survive in this industry?
In this industry, we can survive like nuclear changes. And what's the organism that is surviving nuclear war?
The cockroach?
Yes, so I'm used to say that this is a cockroach industry because we survive everything.
Absolutely resilient.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, to sum it up, I have 3 interesting questions for you. The first one being, what would you like to be if entrepreneurship wasn't on the table?
Oh my gosh. Maybe I would have been a lawyer.
A lawyer?
Yeah, maybe. My memory is too bad for it, but I would have liked it, let's say.
If you have to give one piece of advice to young entrepreneurs in tech, what would that be?
Challenge your ideas with people that have knowledge in the industry you're targeting. and try to onboard some of the industry experts into your advisor or board members, because there are some stuff that you cannot buy, which is the experience, for instance.
Absolutely. Out of all the words said in history, what words would you say are the wisest?
When the going gets tough, the tough gets going, because it really means resilience to me. And it sounds like you need to fight when the fight is needed. And when it's difficult. It's when it's difficult that you realize how strong you are. And this is something I also tell my kids. Thank you,
I love
Abby.
that. I love that. Well, before I head out of your Grand Palais, I would say from this conversation, what I catch is resilience, resilience, and resilience.
Yeah, maybe this is the lesson to learn. Thanks a lot, Abby, for having
Thanks a
me
lot.
here.
Cheers.
Cheers, Abby. Bye-bye. Take
Bye
care.
bye.
See you,
Shut the
Abby.
door.
Let's go back to work.